A film, The Secret Garden from 1949, directed by Fred M. Wilcox. Hmm. Sorry, I have a piece of paper here, but I have a lot of things, names I need to get right and remember. So let's just quickly run through them. Okay, star is Margaret O'Brien, along with Herbert Marshall, Dean Stockwell, Gladys Cooper, Elsa Lanchester, Reginald Owen, and Brian Roper. Based on the 1911 novel by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Okay? You following me? So here's the deal. I don't know if you know this movie. I love this movie. It's, I guess I'm going to call it a gothic children's movie. I understand that when it came out, it wasn't a huge success. I don't think it made back its cost um, because it was seen as like too dark for children, which nowadays I don't know how that would be perceived. But it is a very dark film in black and white, except the title of the film is The Secret Garden, and when people are in the secret garden, it's in Technicolor. So it's an interesting kind of contrast. So Margaret O'Brien plays a young girl, Mary, who has to now go and move in with an uncle because her parents were killed. And she has a cousin, Colin, and there's another boy who's like the son of a field worker, and the kid's name is Dickon, and he's played quite memorably by Brian Roper. Her cousin is Dean Stockwell. His dad is Herbert Marshall, who has like a slight kind of hump to his back. And Dean Stockwell is afraid that he's going to have one of those humps, and he can't walk. His legs are in braces, and he's miserable. While people like Gladys Cooper and Elsa Lanchester tend to him. So, Mary, Margaret O'Brien, is kind of self centered and a little arrogant. She came from that kind of upbringing where she was used to getting her way. Her cousin is also used to getting his way by having little temper fits. And Dickon is just always just up. And birds love him. He's got a crow or a raven, whichever it is, that follows him around. So, as the story goes along, we learn kind of the dark secrets of what has happened, why his father is so despairing and horrid and temperamental and not a very good father to his son at all. And so, for all of her, I don't know, snobbery, Mary is the catalyst that gets Dean Stockwell on the right track because she has a child's curiosity about everything, and they find connections, the three of them, her and her cousin and the Dickon character. Very important together, their inner workings and their interactions. Um, and within the secret garden itself, it's wonderful, it's beautiful what happens. It's the silver lining to a tragic story. It's about 90 minutes long, doesn't waste your time. Uh, I never tire of it. It's beautiful. Um, I think they said, for those who care, it was Margaret O'Brien's last film for MGM, and she's wonderful in it. Everyone's wonderful in it. Um, there was a different. It seems to me there was a different level of acting with children in the past because I would say especially since the 70s onward, anytime I see a kid on the screen, they're a miniature adult. These kids act like kids, and I like that. You know, it reminds me of when I was a kid. I remember when I used to walk around with a raven on my shoulder and having a secret car. Okay, that never happened. But they did have the neighbors did put me in a box and have a funeral for me once and scared some of the neighbors' kids when I was like, I don't know, 5, maybe 6, something like that. Has nothing to do with this film, but it just reminded me of that. But it's a very dark film. It reminds me, it's gothic in the way Wuthering Heights is gothic. House of Seven Gables, that sort of feel. It feels old and creaky and like it's always raining because it's gloomy, but in a great way that draws you in. It draws you into the workings of these characters, including the father and the housekeepers and nursemaids and stuff like that, and what they deal with, and how things change as the film goes on. It's very well constructed in that way because I'll assume I never had the pleasure of reading the novel yet, but I'll assume that those kinds of things happen as well. So there we go for this week. From 1949, it is The Secret Garden. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you love it as much as I do. And I hope you let me know what you think. See you next time. Bye bye.